Hey guys, this is Josh here with Trillium Wild Edibles, and today I want to do a short little video on how to bread and fry your morels. Now, breaded and fried morels is a really popular recipe, and it's one of most people's favorite way to enjoy the morels that they find. I just got back from morel hunting, and you can see this bowl has a few morels in it. I've got enough to at least get a small snack here, so without further ado, let's get started. Now, the very first thing that you want to do when you get your morels home is you want to cut them in half and put them in a bowl of cold salt water. This is going to help run the bugs that are inside of them out, and it will also help to re-moisten the mushroom. Then once you're done with that, put them in the fridge and let them sit for a few hours to overnight. Alright, now that it's been just about a few hours, we're going to go ahead and lay our morels out on some paper towels so that way they can dry off just a bit before we apply our batter. Now, one thing you might want to keep in mind with this water here is that if you have property where you are hunting morels, this water does contain some spores, and it does have a possibility of allowing some morels to grow wherever you dump this water if you dump it in the right spots. So that's something to kind of keep in mind with this water, is that it does have a use. So give it a shot and see if you can maybe grow yourself a little bit of morels that way. Now we just simply want to cover the morels with the other half of the paper towel, pat them just a little bit, and then let them rest for a few minutes. This will make sure that they're dry enough so that way we can easily apply our batter and we can fry these guys up. Alright, now while our morels are drying off to the side, go ahead and get yourself two bowls out. One of the bowls should be bigger than the other because one of them is going to be holding our flour mixture and the other is going to be holding our milk and some egg. Now you can go ahead and vary the amount of egg that you use for basically depending on how many morels that you actually have. I don't have a whole lot, so one egg and a little bit of milk should probably do just fine for me. Okay, now that we've got this mixed up really well, let's set this off to the side and prepare our flour mixture. And you can use any flour that you want for this, it doesn't really matter. Now to this, I'm also going to be adding a little bit of cornmeal just to give it a little extra crunchiness. Okay, now let's mix this up really well. And then at this point, if you want, you can go ahead and start adding the morels to it, or you can season this flour mixture and then dip the morels in it. Alright, now that our morels are nice and dried off and we have our egg and buttermilk and our batter mixture prepared, let's go ahead and dip these guys in. Now simply give them just a little bit of a tossing inside of this flour mixture so that way they get nicely coated with flour. Alright, and then after you've dipped your morels inside of the flour mixture and let them sit for just a second, go ahead and dip them right into the egg and our buttermilk. I like to use a fork for this part so that way I don't get my hand all gooey. And then simply just toss them around and give them a light coating of this buttermilk and egg. Alright, now after you've done that, put them right back into the flour mixture. Then give them another good stir inside of that. Now once you have them well coated, I like to put them all on a plate for convenient transfer right into the skillet. Alright, and then once you've gotten all of your morels on the plate, go ahead and get a pan of oil ready, nice and hot like you can see here. This is bubbling really well. Just throw them right into the pan. Very easy, just like basically frying anything else. And you can generally fit several morels inside of a good skillet like this, so just base the amount on how much will fit inside of your skillet comfortably. Alright, now that we have all of our morels in the skillet, let them sit on this side for about 3 to 5 minutes. Whenever they have cooked for just a few minutes, go ahead and flip them over, then cook them on the other side until they are thoroughly golden brown. Now another thing that I really find helpful for even cooking is to tilt the pan just a bit to get all of the morels inside of that hot oil. Okay, now that our mushrooms are fully cooked, we just want to drain out the oil by placing them on a paper towel like you can see here. Okay, and there we are. We have ourselves nice, shallow fried, breaded morels. This is an awesome springtime delicacy. These things can go up to $25, $50 a pound, so these are very, very delicious. And a lot of people want them. A lot of people are out early hunting for them. So make sure you get out and try to find some if you can. Make sure you wait till they're a good size though, because if you don't, you're not going to get enough to really make it worth your while. Speaking of worth your while, what's worth your while to do with these? A lot of people like to eat them as they are. Just a little bit of seasoning. I myself sometimes find that adding some cheese and marinara sauce will also make them absolutely delicious too. So I thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you learned just a little bit of something. And I also hope you guys enjoy your battered and fried morels. They taste absolutely delicious.